Hello everyone, welcome back to another TF2 commentary, and today we're going to be concluding on the video I did about the three banners, which be the battalion's backup, the conjure, and the buff banner for the soldier. Now, I've noticed some points about each banner when you should use it, and let's start with the battalion's backup. So the battalion's backup is very useful for holding a point and defending the payload, as those two places are going to be exposed to a lot of spam and a lot of pressure, and everybody's going to know where you are, if it's payload or at the point. So the extra 35% less damage on you is going to be very effective, and also for your teammates. So it's also useful when you're attacking sentries without uber charge, or maybe you're running the crit streak. So if you pull out the banner, go in, take out the sentry, and then come in with the crits to clean up the rest of the players and the engineer. And it's also useful when you're attacking the combo, because like a heavy medic combo, the demo medic combo, or the soldier medic combo, because first of all, you're gonna have extra health. That means if you're overhealed, you're gonna have 330 health, and a heavy overheal is gonna have 450. Now if you pull the banner, you're also gonna have 35% less damage applied to you. And if you're a soldier against the heavy, you can stand around a corner and spam rockets at him, and you're probably gonna win that fight. Or you can rocket jump him and get his medic. And it's one of the things that people tend to forget. It's listed in the stats, but people don't tend to forget it. When the crits come in, when an enemy crits charge come in, you can blow the banner if you have the charge, and it will negate all crits effect. You will still have the knockback, but all crits damage will do exactly the same as in normal. So if you get hit by a rocket, you're gonna hit by 60 damage, not 200. That's very useful if the enemy team is using a crit streak, also because the crit streak charge is slower than the battalion's backup. Now the conjure is very useful when pushing out a spawn, as you saw in the last video, because people are not going to expect you to rush out a spawn. So if you just peek your head out and get some chip damage on a combo or some stationary snipers, and then blow it and let the whole team just flow out of the gates, nobody's gonna, they're gonna be taking off guard, and it's very powerful. And the same applies to if you're pushing through a choke point. Exactly the same. You're just gonna be rushing out, and nobody's gonna expect everybody to just run out through the choke point, and they won't be able to react to it when everyone is so fast. It's also good for if you're at a choke point or anywhere else, and the team is hurt, and you're having a pretty stalemate fight where teams are equal. If you blow the banner and your team gets health from attacking the other team, you will have a clear advantage, especially the more people you are, because the more health is going to be supplied to your team. So not a lot of people think about this when they play with the conjure. If an uber or crits come in, if you blow a conjure, you can most of the time you can outrun it, especially if it is an uber charge. You can just run from it and let it fade, and then retaliate, because all your players are going to be alive, hopefully. And then, as I said in the last video, it's very good for a roaming soldier in the replacement of the gunboats, as you do get health from this. If you're more of a stationary roamer, like I said, on the gravel pit on the house, point B, you just want to get up there, and you're going to stay there for a while, you're going to need the health. So that's where the conjure is also very good with the passive ability. So lastly, we have the buff banner. Now the buff banner is most effective if you are a large group, especially if you're by a heavy, because the heavy, usually if the heavy shoots long range, he's very ineffective because of the damage fall off. But if you have mini crits, the damage fall off is negated. So I think it's like 8 damage per bullet, and that's a lot more than 2 or 3 per bullet, and that adds up a lot when you're using them the regular minigun with the normal firing speed. And it's also good for if the enemy pushes at your sentry gun without an uber, because if you stand by your sentry gun, the sentry gun is gonna mini crit as well. A lot of people found this out when they were playing MDM, and they were using the buff banner next to the sentry. So that's very useful, because the sentry is gonna do a whole lot more damage, and you're gonna do a lot more damage as well. So it's easy to keep them off your sentry gun. And lastly, as you probably saw in the last video, it's very effective when attacking the payload or a capture point, because there's gonna be a lot of people at one place and you're gonna do a lot of damage in one place. So that adds together to a whole lot of mayhem. So that's the conclusion on the 3 banners. I hope you learned something from these videos. If you haven't watched the first video, I probably should have said that at the start, but you should probably go watch it. It's 2 videos from here. It's called the banner review. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave it a like, and I'll see you again next time.